They were using a piece of paper, right? Piece of paper. And they draw table, right? They draw table. What accountants normally do, I mean, some of the accounting functions are what? Payroll. Huh? Payroll, what is? Budget. Budget and payroll are common accounting roles, all right? So on that piece of A4 size, they design a worksheet, all right? Worksheet. It's made up, it's a table. Now what is a common thing we find in tables? We're not talking about dining table. We're talking about tables that you draw on paper, right? What is a table made up of? Good. Be specific. Lines going down and lines going across. That's correct. Okay, those lines going down and going across has two names. When you do your timetable, right, you have a spreadsheet, okay? You put in the time on one line and the days on another line. And Anton is correct. That line running down and that running across, they have two names. See, these guys keep getting better. See, we're getting better. So we have rows and columns.
Columns.
You know, get that correct from this basic definition. So an accountant before, in the 1950s, after a World War, he would use a piece of paper to calculate pay, right? So you draw everything on that paper. And that is a table, all right? Now, we're starting off very well. Lines going down and lines going across. The lines going down are called columns. And the ones running across is called rows. All right. Now, that application before computers came, that's what accountants were doing. And they used that to calculate pay and do payroll. They use that to do reporting, budget reporting. They had to budget, inventory. So they used all that. So they would have 10 pieces of A4 size papers. Yeah. One for payroll, and one for budget, one for inventory, and all that. Okay? Now, what is the term, mathematical term that accountant used to work out all the details, answers?
Calculate.
Calculate. See, you guys are good. See, you guys are good, right? You know what they're talking about. Calculate. So, before computers came around, the accountant used a piece of A4 size papers, which was his spreadsheet, right? His spreadsheet. And what did he use to calculate? What device? Calculator. That battery thing, huh? Yeah? Now that calculator has what functions in it? Mathematical functions, huh? Yeah? Mechanical functions, all right? Yeah? What are some of the mathematical functions? Add, huh? Yeah? Add and what? Subtract and what? Multiply and what? Those are the four main common things. Yeah? So that same concept is now applied into spreadsheets application. All right. The other word for software is application. Yeah? software application. Okay, spreadsheet application or software application. It's a computer program. It's a computer program that performs all the spreadsheet functions, basically accounting functions. All right? So that's what the spreadsheet software is. In the world today, we have many spreadsheet software. We will be looking at Microsoft Excel, which is free. It is free on the internet, and it is commonly used by small to medium enterprises to do all the accounting functions. All right? Okay. All right. Now, before we go on to do that, I have a few announcements to make. Now, listen carefully. You all got a course outline with you? Your course outline is a map. It tells you that we're in week 4 now. All right, the first notice is about assignment number 1. Okay? Your assignment number 1 is my assignment on what? Assignment number 1, not number 2. Assignment number 1. Self-management. Yeah? You are required to pick what? Self-awareness skill and write on it with a reflection. When is it due? All right.
Last time.
It's due next week. No, it's due already. It's due already. Assignment is due
Can
already.
you repeat?
Assignment 1,
Hello, can you?
oh, yeah?
Assignment 1 on what? A spreadsheet software or?
If you look at your course outline, if you look at the course outline, that's what I'm talking about, the course outline. If you open it to page 3, okay? On page 3, it says assignment 1, is that correct? Is everyone with me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Lee, are you with me? Look at your course outline. It says assignment number 1 is on self-management. The teacher is Nathan, and that assignment is on self-awareness skills. All right? It was due some 3 weeks ago. Yeah. All right. I will, just an example of spreadsheet will show you marks of that assignment on spreadsheet when we get to that. Okay? All right. The next assignment that belongs to me is, what is it? Look at your handout, course outline. It's assignment number 4, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. And that assignment is on communication.
Due on the 18th.
Yeah, it's due on the 18th. That's next week, Saturday. All right? So it's on communication. And you have to produce a newsletter and write 3 email, professional email. Now, one student came and told me that he has produced a newsletter with 7 pages. And he asked me, is that all right? And I said, you can go for 100 pages. Which is good. But I will limit it to 8. The minimum is 3.
4.
Yeah, minimum is 4.
Four.
And maximum is 8. So don't produce anything above that. Okay? All right. And it's due next week, Saturday at 12 midnight. Okay. Assignment number 3 will be, number 5 is my assignment. So I'm giving you 3 assignments. Field 1 and Ladies 2, is it? Yeah, Ladies 2. Ladies is assignment number 2 and assignment number 6. All right? So, you will do 6 small assignments and 1 big assignment, which is your report. Huh? Your report is due next week.
25th.
It's due on the 25th. Oh, sorry, week 5. Yeah, that's next week Saturday. Okay. You have to pick one topic, and follow the instructions to write. I think it's about 2,000 words, 2,500 words.
Task 2.
Okay, now, task 2 of that assignment is your presentation. All right? That presentation will be done in week 7 and 8. So next week is week 5 and 6, which means ladies will finish off with financial management and reporting. Okay? Now, if you see that spreadsheet comes before financial management and reporting, because you will apply spreadsheet to managing your finances and reporting your operations. All right? So pay attention in the next 4 hours so that you can capture the basics of spreadsheet application. All right? In your presentations in week 7 and 8, you will present your report. Not everything, but the main things that you've put in your assignment. Okay? And it will be everyone from Mosby, Lay, and Bunce. And you will have 5 minutes to 10, minimum of 5 minutes, and maximum of 10 minutes to present your report. It's management skills. You have to come in 3-piece tie. Sorry, I don't. No, you just come normal and present your report. Okay, any questions? Very good. Okay, let's look at spreadsheet software. Okay, that's basically what it is. It's a software application used to organize, analyze, and visualize what? Data. What is data or data? Piece of information. Is number data?
Yeah.
Is number data? Is text data?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Text is picture data?
Yes.
Yes. Is sound data?
Yes.
Yes, sound is data. And it's moving images data. Yes. So in computer applications, data is what? Numbers, text, images, sound, and moving images, which is moving here. Yeah. So all those are data. All right? In spreadsheet, we will be dealing with mostly numbers. All right? Mostly numbers and what? Huh? Text and numbers. Text and numbers. This presentation has been posted last night. It's on Cluster. If you read the Cluster, you will find this. In fact, all what I'm presenting now has been posted on Cluster. Yeah. All right. So, you need to capture that right now. All right, it's data in tabular form, tables, composed is composed of rows running across and columns running down. All right, where each cell can contain text, numbers, or formulas that calculate values based on other cells. Right? Are you with me? Okay. So when we talk about the rows running across and columns running down, and when they intersect, we have something called a cell. Right? Cell is where you drop all the prisoners inside. All right? Yeah? Cell is a small square block in the prison. All right? That's where it got its word from. Cell is confined. You can only drop one person into one cell. Suppose put him to Blaman, but you will fight so large amount of cell. So that's where we got that term cell from. So cell is the intersect between rows and what's this?
Columns.
Please, those two words, three words get stuck in your head in the next 4 hours. All right? It's computer skills. I'll stop here. Do you have Excel on the computer? Microsoft Excel. Those of you who have,
Yes.
very good. If you have it, on Wednesday we will be, is it Wednesday? You will use your MS Excel on your computer to do all the activities. In fact, your assignment will be submitted in Excel, not in Word or not in PDF, because I have to see your formulas that you have put it into the calculations. All right? Is that scary? It's not scary.
Yes.
No. You will submit a spreadsheet with all the values, text, numbers, and formulas. What is a formula? It's a mathematical statement, is it? Huh? 1 plus 1 equals 2 is? 1 plus 1 is a formula. All right? what is the plus sign? What's the plus sign called? In maths.
Like a cross.
Okay, we have plus, minus, equals, multiply, what? Subtractor. Plus is a cross, minus is a dash, multiply is a what? Slash dot dot,
Yes.
and equals is a 2 colon, not equals is colon slash, yeah? Okay. What are those symbols called?
A cross. Formulas.
Yeah, when you put all of them together, it's a formula. But I'm talking about those symbols. 1 plus 1 minus 3 times 4 divided by 15. That's a formula. All right? If you put equals in it, that's a formula that produces an mathematical answer. So you put the staff name in, number of hours, the rate, equals the pay. All right? Then you put minus NASPAN deductions, and you get his what? Net pay. All right? So, when you place all those values, okay, all those values are found in the what? Cells. All right? Okay. Microsoft Excel has 1 million rows running down and 1 million rows columns running across. It's all on the computer. But whoever use 1 million, we're only using, in this exercise, you'll be using probably 5 rows and 10, 5 columns and 10 rows. Put on your values in it. Put on your values in it, apply formula to it, and get the answer. So, organize, analyze, and visualize. All right? Visualize is to what? Present that information in a more what? Friendly picture.
Visual form.
Yeah, viewable. So, organize is calculation, organize, analyze is calculation, then produce a graph to show who earns the highest salary in the company. All right? It will show it in a graph. Okay? That's visualize. Okay. Yeah, that's visualize. And that's financial accountants use that to present reports. The boss does not want to see your spreadsheet. He wants to see graphs and charts. Yeah? The same application is put into cluster. All right? Cluster has a spreadsheet application that calculates your marks, yeah, and produce your GPA. Right? It's automatically done. So if you get a mark out of 90, if you use what is called if statement in your calculation, in your formula, if 95 equals A, you line it up, you drag the figures down, and it automatically gives A to Billy. You don't have to calculate it, because that's spreadsheet function. Okay, so this slide tells us about very important things. organize, analyze, visualize data in table, rows and columns, cell, text, numbers, formulas, calculate values in cells. So that's what a spreadsheet is. Okay, so we use it for handling finances. What? Payroll is finance, yeah? Payroll, inventory, yeah. What's inventory? What's inventory? You sell all the assets long. I've just instructed my IT team leader to do an inventory of all the PCs, all the computers on in CRTC. Yeah, he's doing that. So inventory contains what? Values, data. Data about, so one computer will have the different information about the computer itself. All right? The hard disk, the screen, what software on it, network, everything. All right? So, for example, in HR, you will have one person like Jacob. Jacob will have his date of birth, his name, his surname, all those are what? Values. Yeah? Where do you find those values? In spreadsheet. In the cells. All right? In the cell, 10 letter square. Okay? All the values must stop inside the cell. We'll get there, you'll see it. It's fun. All right? Okay? So your name is in one cell. Your grandfather's name is in another cell. That's values, all right? Your rate of pay is another cell. What else? Your hourly rate is another cell. So when we calculate the fortnight pay, we multiply rate by hour to get the what? Gross pay every fortnight. All right. Okay. So tracking inventory is putting all the details of real estate. Real estate put all its properties into spreadsheets already to calculate. Planning projects. You guys did that with ladies, is it? Yeah? You did project management at ladies, huh? Did you do spreadsheet? Okay. But you use paper. Yeah, you use paper, right? To do project management. Now you produce some reports. What was your assignment on? What was your project management assignment on? Yeah, what are you thinking of project? Proposal. Okay, you did a proposal. What does the proposal contain? That is contain some cost. Some money figures. Huh? Did you have some money figures in that project proposal? Yeah. Did you were asked to add that money figures together? In your project assignment? Use the calculator to do it. Huh? Now, this time, use spreadsheet to do it. All right? Use your spreadsheet to do it so that everything is fun. Everything will be in one quad. Huh? You can do your report in Excel too. You can, because it says, you can put text into the spreadsheet. All right? Okay, and generating reports. So is everyone with me? Must be? Lay? hands? Who says no? Okay, so this is that defining what a spreadsheet is. It's a computer software that does all this. Okay? Now, before spreadsheets came, the accountants, like I said, use A4 size paper. They use ruler to rule, lines across and lines down, and they have a spreadsheet which has a cell. All right? But they use a calculator, a mechanical machine that sits on the side, so they look at the paper, calculate plus, and then they fill in the answer. No, we're not doing that. In your project management assignment with leaders, you use a calculator to do that. It's on your phone now. But now, when you do what? Finance management and reporting, you will be doing spreadsheet, okay? You're doing spreadsheet to do your assignment. All right? Okay. All right. So, the example that we use is called Microsoft Excel. It is commonly referred to as Excel. All right. Okay, well done. All right. Any questions before we look at Microsoft Excel? If you have it on the computer, put it on. All right? Mosby, Ray,
Yes.
if you have Microsoft Excel on your computer, can you load that onto your screen?
In Microsoft Excel. You have it.
Microsoft Excel.
Microsoft Excel.
Okay, put
you
it
have
on.
it in your laptop.
Yeah. And you guys can look at my PowerPoint presentation and relate it to your screen because it's going to be live. I mean, my PowerPoint presentation is not live, but your computer is live. So, if you have a laptop and you have Microsoft Excel on it, you can load it now.
Mine is down. No charger.
Okay, we have it here. If we can share the screen. Lee, can you get Microsoft Excel on there?
You have Excel. Microsoft.
Okay. If you have it, then that's good.
Yeah. Microsoft Excel. Sorry,
Alright,
my battery's down. So.
This screen looks like the one on your computer. Is that correct? Okay.
Yes.
Now, we'll just have a quick look at what it is and then go to my PowerPoint presentation to present it as it is described. All right? But this is the application that you will use to your assignment. Okay. So what did we look at, what we're talking about in the last slide? We're talking about lines down and lines across. Okay, so if I click that, that line's going down now. Yeah? Right? That is called what? Column. All right? And the line's going across, that is called?
Row.
Rows. And what is this called? Cell.
Tail.
Very good. This is beautiful. Now you are very clever now. It's not funny, but it's good that you know what we're talking about. Okay, so we concentrate on the. So this whole thing from here, this thing is called what?
Formula.
This table is called what? Spreadsheet. Spreadsheet. Okay? This the screen you are seeing there, this screen here, is called a spreadsheet. Spreadsheet. All right? So that's the spreadsheet. Okay? So if we go down, the screen you have now has how many rows? Can you see? The rows are numbered, huh? Yeah? The rows are numbered and the columns are lettered. Yeah, lettered. Okay? The rows, the rows are numbered and the columns are lettered. Okay? So, my screen shows how many rows? 40 rows.
40.
40 rows. And how many columns?
Up to
40.
6.
Okay,
40.
good. Yeah. Okay, let's count how many letters in the alphabet? 26. So, up to here is 26 columns, huh? Yeah? Right? If we want to repeat that 26, what do? We go AA, right? AA is actually 27. All right? Yeah? So you're adding the rows, columns, huh? That's how it is programmed. So, look at the size of your spreadsheet application now. I said, we are only looking at 40 what? 40 rows, huh? Yeah? 40 rows and 26 or 27 columns, huh? If you scroll down, believe me, if you scroll down, you'll come to 1 million. 1 million rows. Yeah? And if you go across, you go to 1 million. And it goes on forever. It stops there. But in the world today, nobody used that 1 million. Yeah? We only use up to what? Up to 10. See, I 10 something on that, so it's like that. I eat something, that's why it's coloring this thing. Okay. Okay. Can you see a problem? I turn on this graphics thing, that's why it's doing all the drawings. want to get a new,
Yes.
that one is, okay, we get a new one. Hey, this program is still, anyway, leave it there. All right, okay, so we're talking about what a spreadsheet is. Any questions? Okay, now what you do is, what's the time? What's the timeline? We still have plenty of time. Okay. Okay, so that's basics, the definition of a spreadsheet. So long as you remember the main components of spreadsheet, you'll be fine. Now, the tricky part of it is up here, all right? At the top of your spreadsheet. That's where you find all your, what? Functions. Spreadsheet functions, right? So, if you look at home, if you click on home, you see this thing appearing on top of your spreadsheet. If you click in insert, you see something else. You click page, you may, your MS Excel may not be the same, because they're different versions. Yeah? They're different versions. You may not see what I have on the screen, because this could be the latest version. And yours may be some versions down. All right? Okay. So the most important thing that you need to understand about this application is other functions, all right? This area over here is called a function tab. Tab is an area that contains one main function and 100 sub-functions. Are you with me? When I say this is the function tab, I'm talking about the application function, right? And all Microsoft applications have this common function tab, all right? Time for a break. Okay. When we come back, must be, we're taking a 5-minute break. When we come back, we look at the basic features of the spreadsheet. This is in computer, is called interface, right? Interface, one word, interface. Interface meaning face to face with you. It's facing me and I'm facing, all right? So this is called an interface. The screen facing you in computer is called interface. So when we come back, we look at this interface, MS Excel interface, and then move on to my PowerPoint presentation, which basically talks about this, but in more detail. All right? That PowerPoint presentation has been posted on Cluster since last night, so you can go and check. All right. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll do this. Continue.
Yeah, just to follow them. Yeah.
Okay, I said 5 minutes, but now it's going to 10 minutes now. Okay, we can start now. Siguro po sa pili kami siya. Okay, now let's resume. Okay, may I have your attention, please? Bonds. I didn't ask a question, you know. Like when I went out, I realized that I am assuming that I need to start from the basics. But I may be assuming. Mosby, are you listening to me? Mosby,
Yes.
I was saying in the last hour, I assumed that I need to start spreadsheet and Microsoft Excel from the basics, which is an assumption. So my next question is, Who has been using Microsoft Excel? Must be. Any of you have been using Microsoft Excel? Lay?
Yes.
So you have been using Microsoft Excel.
Yes, you can see.
That's very good. That's very good. So you can relate a lot. You can relate to what we're talking about, and you can help others to help us to answer some questions. And you can be a tutor for most B students to help them with understanding Microsoft Excel. Okay, let's continue. All right. Now, because I assume that everybody's starting from ground zero, so I started at basics, but that's the way to go. All right, so now I know that one or two people have used Microsoft Excel. They understand Microsoft spreadsheet, so that's good. All right, I was talking about this area here. This is part of the computer application. It's designed this way by Bill Gates and his computer programmers. And so they want it to appear like this. That's the decision. So we have the top part of the Microsoft Excel called Function tab. All right? Function tab has all the functions that you can use not only in Microsoft Excel, but in all other applications, including Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, and all that. So these are the functions. Now it is important to understand the functions because you can see we have a file function, we have a home function, we have insert, page layout, formulas, data, what's that? Review, view. All these others, you see them on Microsoft Word, right? You have review and all that on Microsoft Word, but in the difference between Microsoft Word and Excel is that it has data and formula. All right? Do you like something that is you don't know find him wrong? Microsoft Word on function tab is what? Data and formula. Okay. All right. Albert has found my spreadsheet. My presentation. It's exactly what I'm talking about, but this is without diagrams. I'm not explaining this first. All right. The area below the function tab is called those of you who have been using Microsoft Excel, what is this area called? This gray area. It is gray, but you can make it red or blue. Up to you, huh? No. Toolbar is related, it's related, but toolbar is when you open one of the functions, sub-functions, that you see a drop-down menu that has, we'll go there, here's all the tools, yeah? Okay. All right, so the next area under that is called there are three areas. The first one is this, the second one is this, the third one is this. All right? Now we need to know what they are. All right? The first one is called what? The cell address. Huh? This place is called a cell address. What's the address house blue? Section lot section. Lot 1, section 2. All right. What is the number in this cell? What is the number? Huh? A what? No. This number in this cell address. This is the cell address, right? What? O 19. MO 19. Hey, my Zoom is disabled. Okay, that area is called a cell address. Huh? Cell address. Okay, that's a cell address. What does it present? What does cell address present? Huh? What does it represent? Okay. You look at that cell in the middle there, the green. That's what it presents. All right? That's what it presents of that cell number. All right? That cell number, its address is what? Zero. It's not zero, it's all. It's all. All right? It's all. All represents the column. Right? We are all column. All one. Are you with me? Mostly, we are talking about
Yes.
hey, how can I show this? This thing here, right? This thing is called the cell address. Now that cell address represents the cell value. All right? A cell is the intersection between a row and a column. So that cell was accidentally put there. All right? Now, if we move it, all right, it will have a different address. All right? So if I move it up here, if I move it up to 8, all right? It's 8, or I? It 8, huh?
It's better.
Okay. So if you look at 8, so when you see the cell address, the column number comes before the cell number, row number. So now remember, column is represented by a letter, and row is represented by a number. So all the rows are on the right hand corner. Yeah? Row numbers. Row numbers, oh, not right, left, sorry. Left. And the columns are on top of the what? Spreadsheet. Yeah, on top of the spreadsheet. Now see that address. It's what? It's 4. Okay, put your cell on H4 now. Put it on H4. Put it on H4. Okay. Yeah, you can see it clearly, yeah. Must be. Put your cursor on H4.
You have your what? My what is down.
So you can see if you put on H4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good. So if you H4, all right. Now move it around and see how it works. Move from one cell to the other. Okay? So we move so the first cell is what?
Yes, sir.
What would be the first cell in Excel? A1. All right, A1. Okay, A is the column.
One on top.
A is the column,
One.
1 is the row. All right? So row runs down and column runs across. Now remember the address. Because in calculation, if you don't put the address in the formula, it won't work. You saw it. You saw it. If you don't put the address, cell address in your formula, it won't work. It won't calculate. So let's say you put okay, if I put A, if I put where is this mouse? Okay. Okay, that's F9 now. F means what? You know F9, F3. Okay. So in that cell, the cell F3, you have type 1, all right? So F3 contains what? Number? Number 1.
Number 1.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay, and then number 3 here.
2.
Yeah? So F1 volume 1, now F2, oh, F3 and F4. F3 and F4, right? So F3 holds 1 and F4 holds volume 3. Now F5 volume what? Yeah? So I got 3 values. Yeah? 2 are numbers and 3 are 2, 1 is a text. All right? Now, if I add this cell and this cell, okay, I don't use the 2 figures, right? I use the cell address, okay? If you have so many figures, all right, you don't put the numbers. You use the cell address, so it will be what? F3 plus what? F4. It's not just 3 plus 4. It is F3 plus F4. That you must put it so that your formula will work out. All right? Okay, we'll leave it there. Okay, so toolbars, yes. For now, these are all tools. And if you click one of the functions called view, see, view is the main function, but all these other tools line them, all these other tools, right? So if you have data, see, now this gray area is called ribbon, okay, ribbon, all right, R-I-B-B-O-N. Okay. We'll stop here and come back on Wednesday to do all the. So on Wednesday, those 2 hours we'll do practice. We'll do different exercises. Use formulas and all that. Okay, now let's go to my PowerPoint presentation. Okay, we want to share this. We share
Yeah. Okay. That's okay.
Oh, let me just make sure.
Okay.
Okay.
And you told Dean already. Yeah. Okay. That's all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to present you basics. All right. This is not advanced. Basics. Basics of Microsoft 2010. The latest is 2016. All right. 16 or 22. I don't know. And the one on my computer is 2007. This is 2010. So it will have the same features, but there will be some slight differences. Okay. Welcome to Microsoft Excel 2010. In fact, this is one of my old workshop. I used it some time back, running workshops for people. Okay, we did opening and closing, huh? Yeah? We did opening and closing, huh? Did we? Hey, we just did opening, huh? When you open, meaning you put your, ah, open, when somebody say open Microsoft Excel, you click on the icon and the thing comes on the screen. And it will give you a default, whatever it is. If it is Microsoft Word, but you're looking on the blank screen now. No text up inside. And if you have Microsoft Excel, what will you see? You will see a default clear spreadsheet. And then after you use it, you close it. So that's open. All right, we will all explore the difference between worksheets and workbooks. Now note that down. Worksheets is different from a book. All right? Now you may get confused. Now let's go. Okay, we have done that. We loaded, so okay, we should skip this. Huh? Yeah? It's part of it's on the cluster, so you can read it. Yeah. All right. Most mainly, you with me? This presentation is on cluster, so you can go and read it. Okay. I've done a bit of that live. Huh? Now this is my notes. This is my lecture notes. Okay. Okay, we have worksheet, then what? Formula bar, status bar, ribbon, and quick access toolbar. We'll come back to quick access toolbar. But your toolbars are in your ribbon. That contains all your functions. All right. Don't worry about this. This is not the front view. The front view is the first worksheet that you see here. Huh? When you open your Microsoft Excel, when you see the first spreadsheet from the ribbon and everything done is called the front what view. This is the back view. Right? Yeah, we've done this already. There's no need. I talked about all this without this PowerPoint presentation. Okay. An active cell. We have what? We saw 40 rows in that example. 40 rows and 27, 27 rows and 40 columns. Yeah.
Okay.
40 rows, 40 rows running across, yeah, and 27 columns running down. All right? So do a quick calculation. 27 times 40. Hurry up. Okay, 27 times 40. Swakim lo peva na machine mo. 27 times 40. 27 times 40.
108.
That's the number of cells in the first part. The number of cells. Okay?
1,000.
Yeah? All the intersection contains 1. So that's how many cells you have. So one of those cells is only active at one time. Active. What makes you think it's active? It's active when you see a green square around it on a spreadsheet. Yeah, we saw that. We saw it in the example. Okay, put him one block. Put your mouse on that cell. Put him now. Put a mouse on the cell. Click into one of the cells. Huh? You have that? What is your cell address? Huh? Albert, what is your cell address? I5. Caleb, what's yours? H2. Billy? Where you put your cell, where you put a mouse, it will have a rectangle square in the middle. Huh? Are you with me? That is the active cell. So, Alan, what is your cell address? You don't have it. You don't have Excel. Where you go, Samara? Don't ever close anything in class. Let him stop. You know that Windows, you know that this window here can open up 1 million applications. This window alone, this window you see. 1 million applications can exist at the same time on this window. That's why it's called Windows application. Yeah? You can have 1 million of them running at the same time. So all you need to do is don't close it, minimize it. Yeah? When you minimize it, it appears at the bottom of the window called the status bar. That area is called the status bar. Your task bar is up on top of the what? Your spreadsheet and your Word document plus your PowerPoint presentation. Okay? Now we're talking about active cell. Yeah? Your active cell is where the cursor is. All right? How do you know it's an active cell? Because it has an address. And where do you find the address? It's on the little box below the what? Toolbars. Under the screen. Albert, look at me. It's the first little box sitting just right under that gray area. All right? So now move your mouse around. Move your mouse around and see the address will change. Huh? the address will change. And that address is represented by what? One letter and one number. That letter represents what? Huh? Column. And the number represents a row. So there's no mistake. It is perfect. You can't go wrong. So if you put 100 in that cell, nama in that cell, huh? 100 won't appear there, but the cell address will show. Because all your formulas will recognize the cell address. Okay. So one of the cell will contain number 1. One cell will contain plus. One cell will contain number 2. One will contain the equal sign. And one will contain the what? Formula. Yeah? Formula. So 1 plus 1 in one cell, plus in one cell, 3 in one cell, equals in one cell, formula in the next cell. All right? So they're learning about. Huh? Yeah? So, how many cell addresses you have? 1 plus 2 equals. That's 4 cell addresses. Is that correct? Oh no. You clear? Billy and Alex, they got that thing. You have it on computer too. Huh? You can do it. You too. Pastor, you have it too. You have Excel. Okay. Tomorrow, tomorrow, Wednesday, we're working with exercise. We're putting number, na calculate him, na move him, na. Okay, we'll finish, we got fix him, put straight. Okay, but you visualize him also that. Put him graphs, chart, okay, more can get. So that it looks good for you to present your report. Okay, I was talking about the active cell. All the cell already died. One but also cell is already more. So in Excel, this is one live cell. All the rest are dead. All right? Okay. Understanding? Workbooks. All right. Now, workbook, spreadsheet, and worksheet. All right? So we talk about workbook, spreadsheet, worksheet, and sheet. All right? So if you see this picture, it has an arrow pointing to the word sheet. Yeah? You look at the computer, you can see it lava. Huh? Okay, it's default to sheet number 1. Is that correct? So normally, Excel will give you 3 default sheets. Okay? Sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3. All right? Those 3 sheets are called spreadsheet number 1, spreadsheet number 2, and spreadsheet number 3. Now, if all those have data in them, all right? You have 3 of them. You have 3 data in them. And you want to save them. Huh? You want to save them. Excel will give you a default file name called book 1. Huh? Book 1. Are you with me? At the bottom of the worksheet window, there are tabs for each worksheet in the workbook. So that whole screen is a workbook, huh? Yeah? It is a spreadsheet, it is a workbook. Now the difference between workbook and spreadsheet is that spreadsheet is only one sheet, all right? Sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3. Yeah? Now, it is only a spreadsheet. In terms of Excel, huh? It is not saved into a file yet. You think, if you're working in a spreadsheet and you click close, what will Excel ask you to do? Save it. The time I'm asking you, either you give it a name called Caleb or you call it book 1. Yeah? Now that book 1 either contains only one spreadsheet, which is sheet 1, or 3 spreadsheets. Do you understand that? So a spreadsheet is one, but it can become a workbook if it is safe. Yeah? Now, if you add a sheet to it or a spreadsheet to it, you save it, it's still a workbook. Okay. You introduced your first spreadsheet. We'll do it on. You already have one, and that's the first spreadsheet. Yeah? But it's empty. It's not saved as a spreadsheet or file yet. Okay. Now, when you save it, it becomes a workbook. And then you what? You what? You put in numbers like sales figures and expenses and track things like inventory and class registration. So cluster has spreadsheet function on it. Yeah? All the marks, everything is there. Okay. Data is entered into cells. Click the cell that you want. Put in the right data, or text, or values. Once you have finished typing, you can press Tab or Enter to complete the entry. Yeah? Or you can move away. Move your mouse away. Yeah? Okay, it says you can widen the column, or you can also widen the cell. All right? It's default at a little square, but you can make that cell very big by widening the column and the row. Okay, we'll come to looking at wrapping the text, because all the cells, each cell is confined to that little space, all right? Now, if you type one number, yeah? Now, a default cell can contain at least 3 numbers or 4 numbers, yeah? Now, if you type Nathan Kwasam, Nathan Kwasam is more than 3 digits in that thing. It will run over one cell. Yeah? So that's why we use alignment function and wrap text. Have you used wrap text in Microsoft Word? Especially in tables. In tables, if you want to wrap text, text will run across one cell. Yeah? So you highlight in this text, now you go along alignment, and when that menu bar drops, or tools drop, there is a tool called wrap text. When you click on that, text and by go pass low and low, and drop come down. And by wrap comes back. Now, if you're doing your newsletter, you can do wrap text. All right? You can do wrap text. That you can fit things into one page in tables. You can use tables and columns in Microsoft Word to do wrap text. Okay, so this activity, this got some keyboard shortcuts. You don't need keyboard shortcut, it's not a complication, so. But yeah, every time you enter things, you click enter. Yeah, you can add rows and columns. All right? We'll come to that. You can check spelling. Yep, you can check spelling. And check spelling is the same as Microsoft Word. Is that correct? Huh? How do you check spelling on your Microsoft Word? It's under review, you see that? Ah. Oh no. You've been typing your assignment for 4 years yet. It's under review, is it? You check spelling? Okay, we'll run Microsoft Word next week. Okay, if you click review, you will have a drop-down function, menu, drop-down menu, and on it, it will have spelling. When you click spelling, Microsoft Excel or Microsoft Word will run through the whole Word or spreadsheet and check for words like Alukia. Aluki is my village name. It's not in Microsoft dictionary. So, all the wrong words will be underlined by a red KV line. Have you seen that? Yeah. Red KV underline. That's a wrong word. It's not a wrong word, it's a right word. Aluki is the name of my village, it's right. But it's not in the definition of stupid Microsoft. So, when you click on that KV line, and right click it, right click that Aluki word, which is my village name, there will be another drop-down menu. Huh? Yeah? And that drop-down menu will have several tools. Add to the dictionary, correct it, auto-correct it, or just leave it. If you add it to the dictionary, now Aluki becomes Microsoft's property. It is now a word in its dictionary. You understand? Now, if you do autocorrect, the word Aluki is not in the American dictionary. You will find something like ALUKEE. Yeah? And you autocorrect it. And when you submit that, your teacher will say, what is wrong? So, I'm talking about spelling. Okay. It's not in the dictionary. When we talk about communications in the last topic, when I said hello to Jacob, he didn't understand because my word was not in his dictionary. I said, good afternoon in my language. In his data definition, it's not there, so he doesn't understand. But once I explain it, it now becomes part of the dictionary. Okay. Working with Excel files. Okay. Once you have produced your assignment, I don't want that assignment to come in as PDF. Because if it comes in PDF, the formulas are dead. Yeah? It is a PDF document, it's dead. I want a live Microsoft workbook that has a name, Caleb Gives on it. All right? It was default at book 1, but you can change that to Caleb guys, which is your file name. Okay, so your file name, your Microsoft Excel file name is default to what? Book 1. How do you rename it? How do you rename a file name? How do you change the file name? You go to the folder that has all your assignments in it. You click on that folder, and in that folder, you have all your assignments, all right? Some are in Excel, some are in Word, some are in PowerPoint. Now, the one in Excel is called what? Hey, book 1, that's what we talk here. It's a file name, is it? How do you change that file name to Caleb? It's correct. Right-click the book 1 in the drop-down menu, falls down, whichever one, what? And one of those tools says rename. Huh? When I click to rename, you will have an empty box, empty text box with a black thing blinking. What's that black thing blinking called? Cursor. Where does the cursor come from? From the word cursor. It's cursing you to work, right? It's cursing you to work, so it's blinking. That's where it got its name from. It's a cursor. It's cursing you to do something. All right? All right? When we look at Microsoft Excel, yeah, it has 2 cross. 2 cross, yeah? One is a white cross and it's a black cross. They are not the 2 same cross in Microsoft Word when you're using it. All right? Okay, so you look at that file that I post on Cluster. It's a PowerPoint presentation, but it's in PDF format. Is that correct? It's the same thing in part that I'm using to present that. But I convert it to what? PDF. Okay. So this is what it is now, save as. All right? So your Microsoft workbook is default to book 1 now. But instead of going at the long way to change names, all right? When it was under your file, you can save as and type Caleb, guys. Not book 1. All right. Yeah, I'll just explain that. So you can save it as PDF, anything else. Okay? All right? Is everyone with me? Must be? Lay?
Yes.
That's very good. Okay. Sending files by email? That's nothing. You know how to do it. So, you save it as an attachment, right? Yeah? So you click my email address. You click attachment on the toolbar, the ribbon of the email. Okay? And it has 2 attachments. One is a file and one is a document. All right? So you click on files, you look for file. You look for file. So if Caleb wants to send Caleb guys Excel file to me, click file, Microsoft or whatever email address, look for that. You click on that and it will attach. You click send and it's gone. Okay? That's baby stuff. You all know how to do that. Okay? So when it gets to your computer, that's how you open it. Opening files. Microsoft Excel 2010 has a back view. All right? Back view. I'll show you that when you come here. All right. Excel data. Where do you view Excel data? In a spreadsheet, huh? Yeah? In a spreadsheet and particularly in the cell. Spreadsheet is your what? Worksheet. Your, what's it called in Excel? Sheet. Sheet, right? Sheet. Then you can call sheet, sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3. So that's a spreadsheet, okay? Your spreadsheet, Excel calls it sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3, all right? Now, if you save that, only sheet 1, that is also your spreadsheet and your workbook. Workbook is the file name, huh? File name that contains the spreadsheet, which is sheet number 1, all right? That sheet number 1, it's devoted to sheet number 1. And you know that it's devoted 1, 2, and 3. You can change that name to assignments. Sheet 1 is now it's not sheet 1, but it becomes assignment, or in companies you can call it HR. Sheet 2 you change it to payroll, and sheet 3 instead of sheet 1 you rename it, all right? You rename it so that when you open your workbook, all right? When you open your workbook called Caleb Gaius, it will have 3 spreadsheets. One is called payroll, the second one is now called HR, and the third one is now called inventory. They're all in a workbook called what? Caleb Gaius. All right? So the workbook called Caleb Gaius now has 3 spreadsheets. All right? And to differentiate them, the first one, it changed it from sheet 1 to payroll. The next one, it changed the name to HR. And the third one, he changed it to inventory. So when he closed his workbook called what? Caleb Gaius, which is a file name, shut down everything. But you can shut down each of those spreadsheets. Now, when you look at those spreadsheets, inventory, HR, each of them have 1 million rows and 1 million columns. So you're doing payroll in 1, HR in 1, and inventory in 1. So now you want to do calculations, right? You have that spreadsheet and call calculation. So that calculation alone pulls in all the data from those 3 spreadsheets. 3 spreadsheets. 3 plus spreadsheets here. Payroll, HR, inventory. All the data stuff in this. You create a third one, which you call reporting. Yeah? Reporting. So, you calculate him out or something, now you put him low up. But where do you get the data from? From those separate spreadsheets that I renamed them. Huh? So then you use him payroll, you like payroll details. You click on the spreadsheet that's called what? Payroll at the bottom. That arrow is called status bar, is it? Yeah? Your payroll, your HR, and your inventory are sitting on your status bar. Okay. Now to do all the calculation in worksheet or spreadsheet number 4, you collect all the data from those 3 different what? Spreadsheets. And in your 4th spreadsheet, which you call calculations, that's what all the what action plays. all the visualization, all the calculations, everything. Yeah? So, what's the take home here? The only thing that you need to remember is the cell. You think him, cell. Cell is a little square. Yeah? That little square contains one. Calling data. Data and values. Huh? Yeah? Now suppose you know how long cell address long am. You will get a whole calculation wrong up there. You think, everything will go wrong. Why you keep payroll go down, man, it's big pay nothing now. You go payroll go. You think? Yeah? That's why some companies pay corruption, you go and say, no, pay one amount of payroll. Yeah, so that's what it is. Okay. Yeah, we did that already. We did that. Yeah, you can print your work. Yeah, no more. No more functions as Microsoft Word, all common functions. Print. Yeah, and you can custom those views. All right? You can make it so that you like. I actually want to show an example about hiding rows and columns. But I will do that before we go. I got all the marks for assignment 1 in it, but I'm hiding the one that contains marks and grades. I will only show that, so what? How you submitted it, and who hasn't submitted it yet. But in fact, it's a full something you can finish. We give you A, B, C, D, and we give you finish. But when I present it to you, I will only show you what you want to see. So then it's talk about customizing views. You customize the views to suit your presentation. Yeah, zoom in and out. Yeah, 100% and 50% all that. It's same as what? Same as what? Microsoft Word. Yeah, switching between files. Yeah? How do you switch between files on your screen? I just give you an example. How do you switch between files? Okay. Files, what is the difference in files and documents? What is the difference in files and documents? File is the name of the data container. It's 4 o'clock. Okay, it's 4 o'clock, but let me just explain this quickly and then we go. When we come on Wednesday, I'll show you the practical files. All right, on your Windows desktop, Alex, minimize the screen and have only the desktop. All right, you know how to minimize the screen? All right, all those, that screen that time you open them up here, that's your desktop window, right? It contains both files and documents. What is the default color of a file on the screen? Yellow. Yellow. That box that appears on the screen is the Windows default color of the folder. In fact, you can change that and make it blue, green, all that. Or you can put your wife's or baby's photo on it. Yeah? It's default to yellow. Right? Now I'm talking about folders and files and documents. So you have 3 files on your window, desktop window, right? They are all yellow, right? But they have different names. Is that correct? Is that correct? To have access to that document, that file contains what? Documents. So not clear. File and box. Same cardboard house. File and yellow plus something and cardboard. All right, inside is like cardboard, you got one black cup, one black spoon, and one black toilet roll. So toilet roll is the wrong up. So you need to take that out and put it in another cardboard, which becomes another file. Yeah? And that file is named folder. Microsoft, we call it folder. Okay, switching between windows. When you're switching between windows, you are actually switching between files and folders. Once you open a file, which is a folder, and automatically fill the screen. It's live. All you need to do is minimize the screen, it will drop to the status bar. So you can open up 4 folders, files, and 20 what? 20 what? Files, documents. All right, so those documents are different. A document in Microsoft Word is different from a document in. All right. So document and folders. Printing, it's easy. It's not really easy, but when you print Microsoft Word, it's a bit easier, but in Microsoft Excel, you have to table, arrange it properly before you shoot it off to the printer. Because if you print it, you might go and see a little Excel file appearing in the middle of the page. So you need to do that. We have done that. We have done that. Print view. Okay, formulas. We'll do formulas on Wednesday before we. Okay. So all your operators are here. This is the crux of the thing, right? You put it properly in the cell, and you get your mathematical calculations correct. Okay. We stop here, and we continue on Wednesday. Okay, so all those are operators. Okay, you may finish now. Usar mana microphone, pray dulu. Okay, one of you pray. Why don't you stop pray?